how do we reach more people? We can't possibly get any bigger unless we force people to create their own accounts, is what they're thinking. Yeah. And I'm really hoping this strategy does not work. We gotta talk about Netflix, man. It hit me.
Oh man, my buddy Justin, I told him to tap into this part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's pissed about it, bro.
Oh my God. So I'm on Netflix on Friday. I'm like, I'm just gonna go watch this new show, the new season of You. Why not? And then it hits me with this little notification on the screen, and it's like, you need to set your primary location. And this is like the beginning of them cracking down on the password sharing. We talked about this months ago that they might do this thing. It's come to Canada. So
soft.
Man, I hate every bit of this, but I'll explain it. So you need to be in the same location to access Netflix, and you can pay for multiple accounts in the same household. So basically, one person can have Netflix on a device playing at the same time. If someone else in that same household wants to also have a profile, they have to pay an extra, I think, $8 a month. If you want someone outside of your household now, so that we're not doing the password sharing, you have to pay an additional $8 a month for that person to use it. And it's just like, obviously this changes the behavior, because right now, like, there's 5 profiles that can all be watching at once from different locations as long as you share the password. Netflix wants to get rid of that.
That's so dumb.
It's being implemented on Feb 21st, and it's like, I'm good, bro. I'm not gonna, like, I use my cousin's Netflix, and I'm no longer gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying my own Netflix. I pay for other streaming services that I find are just better for me. So this is crazy, though.
Yeah, it's totally like fragmenting your consumer base.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, people see it as like, oh well, like, we're losing money because this. I'm like, just charge for it more than just charge. Like, I would rather, because here's my argument.
Yeah.
Like, it's shitty that they would have to increase the prices, but if they like added another $4 onto like the subscription cost or whatever for Netflix, just to like keep that same system, you'd probably lose less people, because the logistics of how you organize the platform and who you share it with, like, isn't interrupted at all. You're just paying more.
So here's the thing, like, I'm looking at it if I look at it from a business standpoint, they're not actually going to lose money on this, because people like me aren't paying for Netflix, right? They will lose viewership, because now I'm no longer counting as a view for all of those new movies that come out or whatnot. But my cousin that pays for Netflix, nothing changes for them.
I think I argue otherwise. I would say that, like, you're losing money off of it, because you're losing viewers. You're losing people who actively subscribe to it. So it's
but
like,
you're not losing the paying accounts.
You're not losing the paying accounts, but it's like, if you say, like this, you're essentially being okay with losing a large portion of people who don't view it, or would consider getting their own account or something like that.
That's the bet I think they're trying to make.
Yeah,
and if that works, other streaming services are probably going to jump in on it.
Yeah, which I like. Again, like, you look at the competition, I can't understand this move.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, like, I want to keep people using Netflix.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that is the number one objective. Get people to use Netflix. What you're doing is that you're putting yourself in a position where you are taking away that from people who are just trying to access it and watch it. We're the same way. We watch like Netflix from, I think, like, my girlfriend's parents' account, something like that.
Most people,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, just make
and
it.
Netflix used to reinforce that behavior too. They'd make like fun, cute tweets about that, like, love is sharing a password, and people are bringing those up again now, and they're like, what happened to that energy 3 years ago?
Yeah, you know? it's like damn, like, I get you have to innovate and evolve, but like, I just don't see how putting yourself in a position to lose your consumer base, or a large portion of your consumer base is at risk.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do this move. Charge $2 or $3 extra.
That's the thing, man. It's like, we've talked about it a lot, where these companies reach this point of maturity, right? Like, Netflix has the most market share out of them all by far, single-handedly. but it's a public company with investors that are pushing them to continuously grow. And it's like, how do we reach more people? We can't possibly get any bigger unless we force people to create their own accounts, is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping this strategy does not work because I don't want to see it repeated. And I just think it's against like the way they went about things right from the start. So it's just showing like how they're turning because of greed, I guess.
Yeah, I'm really not quite sure what the end goal is.
Yeah, I kind of want to stick it to them by not creating a profile.
And
not creating my own account.
Let's be honest. Like, Netflix isn't like all of like the exclusive shows that were like housed on Netflix.
Yeah,
like you can probably like they were either taken away or pulled down because they're offered on a different streaming service.
Yeah, fair.
Or like
you mean like The Office and stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
All that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or you're watching like the Netflix exclusive shows, which like quite frankly, I would argue have like declined in quality in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. I remember when Netflix like just started doing original content. I'm like, man, like everything is good.
Yeah.
Like everything is like doesn't miss.
It's because everywhere else has just gotten so much better. Like HBO doesn't miss at all.
Yeah.
For the past 20 years, they like don't miss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what's pointing like me towards is like HBO versus sure Netflix has Stranger Things and apparently Wednesday did super well. I never watched it.
Yeah.
They have Squid Game and all of that, but I just think we kind of talked about the decline of Netflix where it's like this whole binge model doesn't really seem to last or like work that well.
Yeah.
Because on HBO and Crave and all of that, like they're releasing like The Last of Us, an episode a week, and that creates conversation for 3 months.
Yeah.
For Netflix, it's a conversation for a weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone binges
and it's too fast to like always be coming up with the next binge-worthy thing. Like they put themselves in a position where like they had the opportunity to do something like that and try something innovative. It's just this is a point where like the strategy kind of hits a wall and you're like, okay, we don't have that longevity piece anymore, and we don't have like the strength as a brand financially, and just like, you know, the service itself can't keep up with having to do this all the time. So now
they're trying to do this thing, and I don't think it'll work. But I mean, what's interesting is they announced that it would be in the U.S. before this happened in Canada. So like maybe a week ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, I sent it to you. And there was so much backlash. It was trending on Twitter, all these different platforms. They come out like a couple days later and they're like, oh, that was actually a mistake. We're exploring this in other countries, but not the US.
That's cap.
And it's like, is that cap?
Yeah, that's the definition
of bullying working. You know, you bully these companies, and then they. Well, I guess we couldn't do it in Canada, but I mean, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm just like, again, I'm salty because obviously I take advantage of, like most people, of password sharing. You know, so this inconveniences me.
Yeah.
You know, so my opinion is I do not support this because of that reason.
Totally.
I can be honest. You
know?
Yeah,
it's like, and listen, if you don't use it that much, like, can you imagine if Spotify did something stupid like that? Like, you had to be in the same city as, like I pay for, like, a family subscription, a membership.
Yeah.
And I have, like, my mom on it, and, like, I think my brother's using it maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine, like, other companies are like, oh, well, this is how we increase our user base, so this is how we're going to do it. I'm like, this is our paying user base, I should say.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you could still count the number of people that use the platform regardless.
Yeah.
If they're under one account, or because you just, I don't know. It's crazy.
Man, we'll see. Let's hopefully we report that Netflix is reverting their decision, and they're
even now though. Even if they were to go back, it's like, man, you guys did this twice already. Like this is I'm like, you guys are just like tanking your reputation, and like, why would I do that when I have like Crave or
all this other stuff? You know, yeah. At this point,
Disney
Plus, Prime Video, all of that. Or TikTok. See that segue?
I love that.
I randomly saw this article on like TechCrunch that